I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day, they used to have this thing called Movies for Guys Who Like Movies. I forget if it was like on TNT, USA, TBS. It's like one of those things. And that's where you could get your typical shoot 'em ups. And, well, Triple Frontier is that. All right, plenty of us love a good war or military strategy film, not necessarily because we love the violence of war, but because it gives us a sense of what it's like to be there without actually being there. The danger, heroism, and moral dilemmas soldiers face in the field is incredible, and in many ways it can be a metaphor for the battle of everyday life. Triple Frontier uses all the action sequences that we're drawn to in these films to have a deeper conversation about the motivations of its characters to take on a deadly mission in hopes of a final payoff after years of service to their country. The film starts out in typical narrative by giving us a glimpse at Santiago Pope Garcia, who's played by Oscar Isaac, his current assignment chasing down a cartel leader in South America. Eluding him for years, Pope has an informant that not only knows where Lorea, this cartel leader, is, but that the multi-millions of dollars in cash that he has amassed is in the house with him. Director J.C. Chandor gives us the recruitment sequences, but jumps to the parts we need to see and know. He doesn't spend time showing Pope on a flight to the U.S., looking through folders with files. Instead, Pope shows up in an ongoing chat that has been cut in between Pope's backstory with William Ironhead Miller, played by Charlie Hunnam, who is now giving speeches to current soldiers transitioning to private sector life. He finds Ironhead's brother, Ben Miller, who's played by Garrett Hedlund, at an MMA fight. Now, the fight is a good excuse to round up the entire crew. So Tom Redfly Davis, who's played by Ben Affleck, is the retired brains who understands how to carry out an attack to the minute. And Francisco Catfish Morales, who's played by Pedro Pascal, is their helicopter pilot. Once the team is in place, the recon proves the mission could be more of a suicide attempt than they had expected. It's after the action occurs, and that action is really reminiscent of 80s Schwarzenegger or Chuck Norris flick, and we still have half of the running time left to go in the movie. Now, it's in the space of their retreat that they find themselves up against the wall with moral and survival dilemmas. This film feels very old school in its handling of action, but new in the conversations it brings to the table. The toll of war is evident on each character's face as well as in their decision making. Whether they make a decision to kill, compartmentalize what has been done due to the rationalization of the situation, or tuck the guilt in their pocket momentarily in order to push through, the weight is really obvious. And I think the actors do a great job in that here. What is the impact of taking someone's life? Does one life outweigh another? What do our veterans have to show for their efforts after years of service? These are the questions that screenwriters J.C. Chandor and Mark Bull try to wrestle with throughout the film. Now, this is a solid, tactical shoot 'em up with just enough heart to make it stand out for a flick for the guys. And this is definitely a bro movie. They say boys so many times in this film. Even I got tired of it, but you know. Proving that direct-to-streaming is a viable option these days, Triple Frontier is a good watch for your Netflix perusing. I give it a B. You can find more movie reviews at picturelockshow.com. Plus, you can subscribe to my podcast. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Triple Frontier.